basketball and they do volleyball next week.
Please lead us in the pledge, Kurt.
Join me, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two those who pray.
Father, in the name of Jesus, God, we come to you, Lord, giving you thanks and praise, God, for us coming together, God, for the concern of our community, God. God, we ask that you be in this meeting, Lord. Give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, God, to be a benefit to our community. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, Rotary, first person, let's see if you still know it.
R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is known on land and sea. From north to south, from east to west, he profits most who serves the best. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary.
Sergeant with arms. Mr. Sergeant with arms.
Sergeant with arms.
December 1st, we start.
You gotta get your mouth empty before you get here.
I heard he came before.
We don't have anybody.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. How's the Joker draw today?
Great.
How much are we up to?
I don't have a clue yet.
I'm going on vacation Wednesday. Make sure you pull my number and show me the card.
I make no promises.
Can't get anything done around here. All right, let's see who would like to tell me about their Rotary best friend today. You know, Kurt Grafton. Who is your Rotary best friend?
Dennis Moore, right over there.
Wonderful. Tell me about Dennis Moore.
Well, let's see, I don't have a cheat sheet, so I'll have to remember all the time. Let's see, Dennis is past president of the Arkansas Pharmacy Association. Now, is it Pharmacy or Pharmacists Association? Pharmacists Association. Let's see, and one of the most interesting things about him, I think, is that nice farm he owns just south of town. I don't remember how many acres it is. How big is it? About 220. 220. So he finds time to hold the job and come to Rotary and take care of a 200-acre plus farm, which I think is pretty fascinating. It's a nice place down there. I remember that he has 2 daughters and 4 granddaughters. Is that right?
4 here, and there's 6 total.
6 total. All granddaughters, though, right? Yeah. I'll call it good. Oh, wait, no. I remember his favorite meal, good Arkansas meal. It's like pinto bread, or pinto beans and cornbread, and what else was it? Iced tea.
Right over.
Right? Can't beat that, can you? Now, I have a question for you, since you did such a good job. What is his donkey's name?
Oh, I know this. I know this one. Pick me.
I could take a guess that would amuse me, but I'll pass.
Well, it's also his favorite singer's name. Elvis, that's it, you bet. And Elvis takes care of the farm, all 220 acres of it. You know, folks, there was a gentleman having a major surgery at White River this last week. And you know, they always tell you beforehand, the anesthesiologist says, I'm going to put you to sleep, and I promise I'm going to wake you up. And you will be asleep for the entire part of the surgery, and then I'll wake you up. So, and they always ask you afterwards how you feel, and did you sleep through it all? And the gentleman said on the post-op interview, she said, well, how was it? Did you hear anything that went on? He said, well, unfortunately I did, and I did not like the choice of the doctors using four-letter words. She said, what? What did he say? He said, oops.
That's something you don't want to hear during or after surgery. All right, Secretary's report.
Okay, I show that we have 26 Rotarians here today, and we still have Gina still with us. And Donna, do you have a guest with you today?
Sorry, let me swallow my coffee.
This is Cody Passmore, and he is one of our on-site technicians at Lyon College. He also helps them with some programming.
And we also have several students from Lyon College. And I know one for sure, there may be others, but one is actually a returning Batesville High School student that used to come several years ago from the high school, which is Haley. And if the rest of y'all, if y'all don't mind, stand up and tell us your names and kind of what you're doing.
I'm Elliot Taylor. I'm a senior at Lyon, and I'm majoring in biology. I'm Jamie Jackson, senior at Lyon as well, and I'm majoring in history.
I'm Haley Hastings, and I'm a senior, and I'm a major in history.
I'm Kelsey Smith, senior at Lyon, and I'm majoring in psychology.
And you're from?
I'm from Little Rock. Sorry.
I'm Casey Hall. I'm a senior also, and I'm majoring in business and econ, and I'm from Tennessee.
And then I see we have two Batesville High School students with us today. If y'all would stand and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Daisha Childress. I'm a senior from the Batesville High School Student Council.
I'm Madison Middle. I'm a sophomore from Batesville High School Student Council.
Great.
Good luck.
And then I just want to remind everybody that this month we are supporting the Humane Society. Anything that you can bring in. I was told the other day that they need bleach. So of course we're taking dog food, cat food, old towels, old blankets, but also cleaning products, chew toys, that type of stuff, bleach.
So if you have time, go by and buy some bleach and bring it. I've got some dog bowls and stuff like that I'll bring next week. All right, service chair report.
I do. I have a few things here. Dictionaries are in, and we have some people who have signed up to distribute dictionaries to the schools. Please, when you pick these up and you go up to the schools and you do your speech and talking, take a picture and send it back to us so that we can document this as part of our service projects too. I have these in my office. Contact me, come get them, and we'll get them out there to you. Now, people who have not picked up are Matt Martin, Donna Cole, who knows about that, Cassandra Skelton, Brian. And then on your tables also, as part of another one of our outreach programs, these are cards that just put something nice in there. We're not going to ask, or I'm not going to ask everybody to sign all the cards this time. Just write a little sweet note like Matt did. Have a great turkey day for our seniors in the nursing homes. So I'll pick these up after the meeting and we'll distribute them there. That's a great note, Matt. That's it.
Thank you. Treasurer's report, Ken.
No report today.
All right. I have a sad announcement. Everybody get out your Kleenex. Ken is going to be leaving us for a short time. He's resigned as treasurer. He's going to be doing a job out of state temporarily.
That means no more bills?
I think so. There'll just be donations now.
Didn't we vote at the board, whoever spoke up about that, being the new treasurer?
I think so. But anyway, wish Ken well on his new endeavor, and if you're willing to serve as treasurer, please let me know. We've had to replace several this year, so anyway, good luck, Ken, and we've enjoyed having you here, and I'm sure you'll be back at some point. He's leaving in 2 weeks, I think, so he'll be with us a couple more weeks. We probably ought to have a going away party or something that day. But anyway, Mark House was going to be our greeter today, and obviously he can't be with us. I should have noticed that before today, but next week's greeter will be Johnny Kent, so you'll feel very greeted next week, I'm sure. Christmas party coming up the 12th of December, so please remember that. Mark your calendars. We'll be sending around a sign-up form starting next week. So please come and bring your spouse and whoever else that would like to come to the Christmas party. We do have music playing, a good dinner, good speaker. Bill Walmsley will be our speaker, so plan on being there if at all possible. That'll be a Monday evening. We'll have the regularly scheduled December board meeting that day at noon here, and then we'll go that evening to the actual banquet. So please keep that on your calendar. The other two things I was going to announce have already been handled by Brenda and Amanda. So next week's meeting, I'm not sure who the speaker will be, but we will have Ryan come and introduce today's speaker, and we're happy to have Lyon College with us today.
All right, well, today is my privilege to introduce to you Coach Lane. Just a quick little bit of background. Most of y'all know, I hope everybody in Batesville knows how good your local college team is, okay? I hope that's not a secret. I think our papers and media outlets do a good job of getting that word out, better than some communities I've been in. So I hope everyone knows, though, right now, Lions ranked 9th in the country. Last year went as high as number 3 in the country, correct? And then we were talking, had a couple of wins over number 1 teams. Anyway, the last several years, Lions have been extremely good. They've got 6 seniors. I told her to go ahead and bring the seniors for a couple of reasons. One, just thinking, community leaders here and stuff, right? These are potential recruits into the community, into the workforces and things like that, okay? So some outstanding college athletes do well. If you can get them into your workplace, they do well. They know how to handle a variety of situations and how to handle adversity and how to work hard and do those types of things. So I just wanted to plug them. But anyway, I want to bring Coach Lang up. They are, I think, poised again to have another outstanding year. And so just come up and share with us what you want to. So.
Good afternoon. Ryan and I had a deal. We had a weekend, classic. And if it went well, I'd be here. And if it didn't go as well, which it could have gone either way, he was going to have a backup plan. And I don't know what his backup plan was. But it went very well this weekend. We started out this season losing 4 seniors from last year. I don't know if you have followed our program in the recent years, but it's taken a while to, this is my 12th season, and it's taken a while to build what we envisioned and wanted to have at Lyon. But the first person that didn't, one of the people that's also here next to these young ladies is my assistant, Julie Church, and I'd like for her to stand because she has been a huge part of building this with me. Attended Lyon as well as I did, and so we're graduates, and so we've invested a lot of time and energy, and it's not just a job to us. It really is a blessing to come back here, and I'm glad to see Dr. Pete, because when I came to visit and interview, I guess, and look at the job, Terry Garner was the athletic director, and he probably was one of the people that said, "Now, why do you want to come back to Lyon?" Because my background had been at bigger schools and some other, SEC, Division I, whatever. And so I get that a lot. If you are at a big school or a big town, you know how that is in a big market, and then you come to Lyon and Batesville, why do you want to be here? And my question, I guess my answer hopefully was coaching is coaching, and we wanted.
We made an offer, right?
You did, yes, an offer I couldn't refuse. But this is such a great community, and so the support that she and I have received over the last few years, and of course winning helps everything. Recruiting good kids, and that also bought into our vision has helped tremendously. I guess, going from last year to this year, this is 5 straight years, ending last year, 5 straight years to go to the national tournament. The program had never been to the national tournament. They probably should have gone, but just didn't have that tradition, didn't have that name. And so our vision was to just continue to recruit great kids, talented kids obviously, but kids that would come and buy into hard work and preparation and community, be great teammates. And there's 5 of our 6 seniors sitting right there that have invested 2 years, 3 years, and in Elliot's case and Haley's case, 4 years. And Haley being right here in her hometown and community, they've been a huge part of carrying this tradition on. So we're very proud of what we've done, but we're certainly not sitting back resting on our laurels. I saw Clemson's coach say that this weekend. Prosperity is a terrible teacher. And so we're kind of going through that a little bit with this year's group. We have 9 freshmen and sophomores. So we're very young on one end. And then we have 8 upperclassmen. Our 6 seniors, Kiara Moore, who is from Little Rock, is not here with us today. But she's new to our program as well. So there's a kind of a changeover to explain to these young kids what they don't know. They as you heard, they don't know what they don't know. And so we've continued to be blessed with great kids who have bought into our program and have provided great leadership for our younger players. And this is how we do this. This is what we don't do. And so that culture has continued to grow and get stronger. And hopefully we just really wanted to make this community proud. Certainly our community on campus, but then to spread out into Batesville and to Independence County. It means a great deal to us. And so we appreciate your support, whether it's sitting at home reading your newspaper and being happy for us, or hopefully in some of your cases getting in your car and driving on campus and showing up and filling up the stands, which happened a number of times last year. Last year was kind of a groundbreaking year for us. We won our first conference championship. We'd won it a few years ago, but we had to share it, and we shared it with a school named Columbia College, and big rival, and so it felt good, but just wasn't our own. Last year had 4, as I mentioned, 4 seniors, very talented group, very lucky. In some, as you have to be in some instances, but a group that just understood. They understood they had to work very hard. They understood what they had to do to take care of their business off the floor in the classroom. And that just kind of spread through our whole program. And we're just trying to carry that forward. We ended up last year winning our conference tournament, which had never been done. And again, moving forward in the national tournament, our 5th year, finally won a game. We'd gone up there, been there, finally made it, and it had not happened for us. So just trying to move forward, doing bigger things. And so this group right here is going to be a huge part of that to help that young group. But back to this weekend. We dropped our opener a couple weeks ago, played College of the Ozarks. Didn't do this group any favors with our schedule, very tough schedule, but we played College of the Ozarks, who was one of our 4 losses last year. And had chances to win in regulation, had a chance to win in the first overtime, but just didn't get it done and lost by 4, I believe, in 2 overtimes. And with this group, last year's group would have just been mad and ready to go and get back on their practice floor. This group, you could tell they were kind of shaken, not real confident, not sure of themselves. And so Coach Church actually took the young kids, the 9 kids to a JV Classic in Harrison, and they really grew up from that. And they won a game, beat a Crowder Community College, very talented team, and then they lost a game, very close game that they could have won. And that was a great investment of time for those young kids, and we really saw dividends this weekend. We went into this weekend playing LSU Shreveport, which is the team that we played the national tournament last year. Receiving votes, very strong, had everybody back. And I don't know how we won. Well, I do. Allie Tucker, a 5'4" shooter from Nettleton, knocked down a couple shots finally. We trailed the whole game. And we just hung in there. We just hung in there and hung in there long enough, and we didn't run out of time. And as you know, there's a time frame, on everything, but we just hung in there. And so we learned a lot from that and looked up and, we were ahead 3 finally and held on and won that game Friday night. And we go into the Saturday's game playing the number 3 team in the country. And again, just a little more confidence. And surprisingly, Grayson Ratliff, probably not surprisingly to you in the room that know Grayson, that have seen her play. She's one of the kids that really showed so much toughness in Friday's game. They gave us confidence on the floor. Very surprising as a freshman. Dacia's former teammate. But also Liz Henderson, right down the road, Newark, Cedar Ridge kid, gave us a lot of confidence on the floor. So they're growing up, those young kids are growing up. Our seniors providing good stability and consistency and leadership. We're very encouraged and excited for our season. What we want to do within our program is just continue to grow on our campus, in this community. So if there's one of the young ladies that's not here, she's a sophomore, and her name's Tressa Linson, and I notice her all the time because she will be the very kid that she's about 5'4", weighs about 120, but she will be the kid, and our locker room is downstairs, and our gym where we practice is upstairs. She'll try to pick it up herself and carry that ball rack up the floor, and won't ask for help, won't look around for someone else to do it. She'll be the first person to do that, and she'll do it every day without complaining. And Coach Church and I probably will notice and see that and go, okay, Tressa, you can't carry it up today, and we'll ask the group, who has not carried this up. But she'll also be that kid that opens the door. We go into the restaurant on our trips, and she'll hold that door open for everybody. And so I'll grab it for her and tell her to go on in. We have so many kids on our team, and she's not the only kid, but she's a perfect example of what we want to do within our community, within our team, and on our campus. And that's a huge part of who we want to be. I would want to be that wherever I was coaching, but it makes it even more special to be from here, to be a Batesville person, be a Southside person. Actually, I'm a blue and gold person. But my kids, a lot of changes since we've come. A lot of changes in my personal life, but also within our program. And it's been so great and such a blessing to do it right here in this town and in this community. So to be standing in front of you, for you guys to even care about our program means a great deal. But hopefully you're noticing not just what we're doing on the basketball floor, but they're noticing what we're doing on campus and around this community. And we care a lot about the service part of it. And so I think it's a great match that we would be together with you today. And if there's ever anything that we can do to help further what you're trying to do within this community, please let us know, because we've got a 10-day stretch here. We try to think about that. All right, who can we go back and go check in with? Is it Humane Society? Is it is it Woodlawn? Wherever it is, we try to get these kids involved so that they experience that. We want them to be great teammates, and hopefully everybody in this room is a teammate of some sort. And wouldn't that be great? I think that's why we're here, to help one another and lighten each other's load. So hopefully we're teaching those things not just on the floor, but off the floor as well. This season we've got big games this week. I'll jump back to that. Renee was just asking. We play our first conference games this week, Thursday night at 5:30, and again Saturday at noon. We have 2 big conference games. Love to see you there. After that, we've got a 10-day layoff, and so we've got some time to get back on the practice floor. The one thing that this group this season has shown me, they do not like to practice. They do not understand preparation. So, there's a lot of teaching that goes on, as you all know. You all have children, you all have grandchildren, and students, and so on and so forth. But I was so fortunate. I look back now and I understand that. But hard work and preparation, there's just no other. There's no substitute for it. And sometimes they're very receptive. Last year's group understood that. I don't know that they love practice. I don't know that they, love my drills, but they understood what they were doing and why they were doing it. And so, things just kind of fell into place and took care of themselves. They weren't easy, but they understood how important that was. And so this group, we've kind of got our hands full a little bit. We'll see if they come back in today feeling all big, and we'll try to, bring them back down to earth. But had 2 big wins, and but we've told them, hey, a lot of these things that are here for you came because someone else did put all that hard work in and sacrifice and those sorts of things. So we try to give them that perspective. But as we go forward, would love to have you at our games. But if there's ever anything that we can do for you and you would like for our group to come, if we'll show up and we'll work hard and try to do our very best. Ryan mentioned that there might be some questions. Love to answer, or hopefully, I will say this, just an update on our program. We have received 2 commitments from 2 more local kids. Haley Cormican, who is a senior at Batesville High School, and also last night Hannah Qualls from Batesville High School. So we've gone from having, kids from Brazil who were wonderful, just wonderful players and wonderful kids, wonderful teammates, very, very dear to us, to now it seems like, not by design, but just really good program and a lot of great talent around here. We've got a lot of local kids, so we're excited about that. Right, one of our freshmen this year is from she's from Searcy area, Riverview High School, and then also I mentioned Liz Henderson, and of course Grayson Ratliff. But I will take any questions and answer your question. Yeah.
How many conference games do you play?
We play 24. We have a very big conference, so it's up north. We have added Central Baptist College in the last couple of years, so that gives us one other besides Williams Baptist in Walnut Ridge. For the most part, we either go to Tennessee or north to the Kansas City area, and then also go to the St. Louis area a lot. Is there anybody else? Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis, Lindenwood. Yes.
How many hours of preparation do you put in each game?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I could calculate that. I don't know. 30? That's a rough number, but we watch film. We watch a lot of film, and we've, I'm old school, and I still like to call other coaches and see what they did, but it's all about matchups. It's so funny because we could play a team, but and then someone else play them, and it's a totally different score, and you would never predict that. You guys know if you're sports fans, but I like to talk to other people and get their take on it. But when it comes down to it, your team, and you kind of have a good feel of what you need to do to prepare your team and to give them an advantage. So it's every week is unique, every game is unique, but we try to watch as much film as possible. I work for a guy at West Art, he's at Fort Smith now, and he just retired, Lewis Horton. And when I went to work for him, I had just left Mississippi State, and we were at the bottom of the SEC. And we had done some good things, gone to Florida and won, and you would have thought we'd won the national championship, but we were finally trying to get some good things going there. But after 5 years, I was leaving there, and I had a chance to go work for him. And he was at a junior college, but they were 34-0. They'd won a national championship, so just being around winning. But his philosophy was just do what you do best, and even if they know what you're going to do, you do what you do best. There's nothing they can do about it. And so we really probably our biggest preparation is in practice, and that's going to be key, that these young players understand and learn very quickly that preparation and practice. It's no different, for chemistry. They show up. He knows that they show up and they think they studied hard and they prepared in high school. It's a whole different ballgame. And so extra time and understanding how much more time they've got to put in. But I don't know, it's very difficult to learn. One kid, you could come in and watch film one-on-one, and it just clicks. The other one just needs to physically do it in practice, so kind of balance it out. But I would say 30, this week, 30 hours or so for the 2 games. We'll certainly try for that, and that's practice included.
Basic.
Yes, sir.
A comment first. 5 seniors here. That's the cream of the crop if you're a senior at Lyon. You've worked really hard, both academically and for the sports program. Are these your starters? And what position do they play?
I have 3 post players here. First one, and then the middle one, and the last one. So they're post players. The one in the middle has not stepped on the floor yet, injury. But then 2 guards on the inside. But 2 were starters. But we have a lot of kids that can start for us.
You
We have a
rotate.
lot of kids that can start for us. We have a lot of kids on the bench that would start for a lot of other schools. And, you know, coming into this, that's a big change as well. This is one of the changes. I mean, I almost had to put these on, but just, we've had gone from just taking what was out there, you know, nobody wanted to, we've had to really go up against some great schools to sign the kids that we've signed. Hopefully, you know, the winning has helped, and it's been made us really, really more attractive to some top recruits. So we have some pretty competitive practices where we have the opportunity to do that each and every day, and so they all get better. So, I mean, we don't try to look at starters, we just try to get off to a good start. And some of that time the decision is matchups. I mean, if they're starting this, we're going to start this group. If they're starting that, then we've got to look at it, or vice versa.
You mentioned film in today's technological age. Is that done by email or is it old-fashioned by the mail film?
That's a very good question. I ought to bring Julie up for that, because yes, all right, so excuse, got a 1 o'clock class. Did you see that? Does everybody see that? Dr. Grafton, you see that? Mail, when I started, a lot of changes, 12 years ago, all by mail. And then you know, always get that, oh, we mailed it. Did you not get it? You know, and it's like, well, we're going to lose yours in the mail now. But now it's electronic, and there's, you know, you can download, and you can get anybody's film for the most part. Sometimes it comes at a high price tag, but you can watch film all day if you wanted to. But so much development there, and we just really kind of financially decided to invest in that, which would allow us to, you know, all the Division I's can get it, but where you can send your players and they can watch it from their dorm room, and they can watch it on their laptop and watch, you know, personnel from the next, you know, opponent and those sorts of things. So we're starting to get into that, but we're finding out that it's pretty high price tag. But I mean, this year we're going to try it and see, you know, the dividends that we receive from it.
Are y'all doing, is it like the crossover player breakdown thing that y'all are doing? Or
It's actually synergy, but crossover ads offers something. We just kind of went with the other because you could do more. And the country, even Division I's, NAI Division I across the country is going towards synergy. But our conference does crossover and electronically. And again, this is, you know, they asked me, I'd say call Julie because she does most of that, and she makes it easy for me and hands me a DVD and says, here's William Wood's game with College of the Ozarks, and, you know, I can start studying. I study to save them time because they're studying for Dr. Grafton's class. Any other questions? Well, Thursday at 5:30 and Saturday at noon. But again, I don't know if we'll end up in Montana. That's our national tournament location this year. It has just moved. When I first came to Lyon, it was at Jackson, Tennessee. And, you know, my players at that time, I met with them, and, you know, I just roll in here in August, and, you know, they were planning their march was to go to the beach with the baseball players at Lyon, because that's where that's what they did. I'm like, well, and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's where we're starting from. So things have changed a great deal. And, you know, my dad and my mom taught me, and early on, just work hard for what you want. And so, I mean, it's really not that complicated. Just get in there and work hard and prepare, do your very best, and let the chips fall where they are. But also professionally, early on, around a lot of people that just said, wherever you go, leave it better when you leave than when you found it. So I know many of you see shaking your heads, and I try to tell them that too. And that's in all aspects. And there's so many young ladies that get that. And so I'm very proud of them and what they're doing, and also what they're going to do. Because I feel like if I walk away today or next year or whenever, very proud of the foundation that's there, and I know that they're going to continue to grow, and we'll continue to grow and do our very best in this area. So again, come out and support us. We'll support you, and what a great community. Aren't we fortunate to live in this community? So hopefully like as you mentioned earlier, Ryan, they'll come back, or they'll stay, or they won't leave. Wouldn't that be great, and work for one of you guys? So thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us. I'm glad that we have a team that does well, represents Batesville well. You do a great job. Next week, we will have Coach Tapp with the men's basketball program at Lyon. So I did look that up while she was speaking. We will also donate a book on your behalf to the library for speaking to us today. So I don't have it with me, but we will do that.
Thank you.
And Amanda, you have a joker draw.
Yeah. Pick a ticket for me. 874-312.
God is done.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to get? Do you want last week?
You're about to bounce. It's a 3-1-0.
I'm thinking that when I got up, you swapped mine.
Y'all great.
No, but I told him I
Is it the one on the bottom?
It's in there somewhere, I promise.
Let's take,
Don't get it back.
let's take this one right here.
Pick it, pick it, pick it.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Any other time.
The pot is $1,197. And we're down to 19 cards now.
Here's the joker.
19 cards coming out, 19 pieces.
I think so. They all gonna be back here at this table are confused about what they're supposed to do with this card.
I'll do this again. This is to go into our, I guess what Deanna explained last year is we have seniors who are in the nursing homes who literally have no family, nobody to visit them. This is just something for them to get on a regular basis to let them think that somebody's thinking about them. Just write a sweet note in there, Happy Thanksgiving, enjoy your meal, God bless you, and write your name on it. Just something sweet.
Write our own name.
Yeah, write your own name.
There'll be one
And your
from each
address,
one of
and
us that they receive.
just write your name. It's just something, a little surprise for them, that's all.
Do you have more that aren't filled out or something? I filled one out, but do you have more that need more?
Over there. Over there, wow. Yeah. I mean, odds are, they won't know, they will not know who we are or what we are, but they'll say, oh, this is pretty, and sit down there on the That's all this is about. I couldn't find it for July or September. We're all just, got it? Got it.
Anything else to the good of Rotary?
I'm just gonna say Haley's my cousin-in-law, and I taught her everything that she knows.
Hi, Haley, cousin-in-law. All right, if there's nothing else for the good of Rotary, let's end with the four-way test. Number one, is it the truth? Number two,
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number three,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Number four,
Will it be beneficial to all